All right, dang, it's been so long. I
Give
forgot
me
how to do
permission to
this.
record too.
How do I give you permission?
I don't know. I tried recording. It says, please ask the host to give you permission to
Oh,
record.
fam, what?
I think you have to go to preferences, video. Oh, go to preferences, recording. Um, you
I
know
don't have
what?
a preferences window.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Just
I've
forget
recorded. We'll call it a day.
it.
This is new territory, new ground we're breaking. I'm going to start the timer here.
Take what?
All right, here we go. And 5, 4, 3.
What's up and welcome. Welcome.
What?
Biggity back. Biggity back. Oh, we back.
We're
like
back.
we never left.
I'm Rick,
And I am Desi, and this is
Agreed.
Look,
Season
I don't
2.
know. I don't know if they can hear us if we start talking over ourselves. That's one of the things that Ari was trying to make sure that we don't do is talk over each other, because I think it blinks out the audio if we do start speaking over each other.
That's terrible.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is the worst, bro. I'm telling you, this is the worst. But we got people that have been asking for us to come back.
They've been asking.
And this is the only family. This is the only way that Rick has agreed to come back.
This is the only way that Rick can with the 6-month-old baby.
No. We
Season
got all
2, we're here.
We got all
Season
the 6-month-old
2.
things. We have all the 6-month-old things.
We're back.
We can
Season
do it.
2.
We're back. Season 2,
This is
episode
great.
1. Hopefully this trash setup is not what you'll be on for the rest of the season.
Listen, I'm about to put you on how you can get HD like me, bro. I got you.
Hey man, what we need is a USB to HDMI cable for our cameras.
No. You don't even need that. Listen, I'm about to put you on. You ready? I'm about to put everybody on who doesn't know. Okay. There's an app called Epoch Cam. EPOC Cam. You can get the pro version, and it's like $4 or $5 or something like that. And it'll do HD video. It'll sync with your device. So right now I'm using a cell phone. So Epoch Cam, that's the app.
Hold on, fam. Now let's be honest and say that cell phone cameras are like elite cameras.
No, yeah, they are. It's fully HD.
I'm on a laptop.
That's what I'm saying.
The laptop camera ain't gonna get it.
No, next time, cell phone camera, Epoch Cam is the app. I'm giving away my juice, my secrets, but it's all good.
You know
Epoch
what it
Cam.
is? I think you have to come over here and show me.
Listen, we got stuff to get to, okay? We have business to attend to.
We definitely
Jacques, Bermon, Webster.
Before we get into it, let's give the people a catch up. Let's catch the people up. My boy Rick has had a child.
Oh yeah. I have indeed had.
We stopped at the top of the pandemic.
Oh God.
Tris, Mama Wilkes was pregnant. Yeah, so we stopped maybe a little bit before the pandemic, but the last episode that we posted was like in March.
Okay.
At the top of the pandemic.
Okay.
So my son just turned 1. Y'all heard the story of how my son was born. Now Rick has a son and he's 6 months. We've been gone for about 8. Tell us what's new in your life, Ricky Wilkes.
Okay, so the young one who is hopefully still upstairs asleep.
Young
Frederick Lawrence Wilkerson the third.
The third.
First of all, I don't know what the name of the restaurant is here, whatever it's called, but you can eat an eggplant. It's like famous for like their eggplant, and it sends women into labor, right? So Latrista had the bright idea of kickstarting the labor situation because she was like, well,
Yeah, as all women
I'm at
do.
term, so
As
it'll,
all women do at term. They're
yeah,
ready
like
to evacuate that
yeah, like
child.
it's time to go, so maybe this will be like a week and blah blah blah. She has the eggplant, and that was on a Friday or Saturday. The next day, she starts contractions while she's getting her hair done, and I am at Gwinnett Church, Sugar Hill, for transit and for Inside Out.
Did you dip out?
I was texting her all day like, this can't be happening. This isn't real.
Oh, bro,
like,
I would have dipped.
And I said, look, I was like, do I need to blah blah? She's like, no, it's all good, blah blah blah. And then by the time we got to it was about towards the end of my time at Inside Out, and I was like, look, I love y'all. I gotta go.
Bam.
Because that's when it was real. That's when I was like, okay, these aren't just fake contractions. These are real contractions.
Bro,
So,
did I tell you about the story of Ava? Fam, you go.
yeah, you said because she was, you had to deliver her. Yeah.
No. I didn't have to deliver Ava. I had to deliver Deuce.
Deuce. Okay.
Ava's a different story, but you continue with your story. We want to hear the Wilkerson family dramatic.
So I was breaking
day.
a few land speed records on my way from whatever that is, Beaufort, Gwinnett, all the way back to Smyrna. Grabbed her, left my car at her friend's apartment, and we went straight to the hospital. We got there, did all the things, and they measured her, and she was already like 4 or 5 centimeters type of thing. So it was go time. She told the doula, like, come on, it is what it is. Like, let's make it happen. They admitted her. And before you knew it, I mean, it started rolling around to 8, 9 o'clock, and they were like, okay, it's, past the time to get the epidural. 148, she pushed like 2 or 3 times, and it was a wrap. And he was here, man.
Wow.
6 pounds, 2 ounces, 19 inches.
Wow.
Yeah. White as snow.
Young Fred.
Hey, man, we made it happen.
Now, I remember before he came and a little bit after he came, you were still trying to get used to the kid, as I had to do with my daughter as well.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, no, he didn't want nothing to do with me for sure.
Oh, brother. They don't want nothing to do with us in the beginning. We're not fun until they can run.
Yeah, he can at least smile now and stuff. So,
yeah.
He laughs at me and all that good stuff. But yeah, I am. I think someone said at some point, Dad stands for dishes and diapers, and that is 100% true. I stayed home for like 2 weeks, and literally all I did was clean, do dishes, change diapers, do thing. Cleanup crew, janitorial services.
That's right. Chief janitorial officer,
bro.
CJO.
All the laundry. And I'm a type of person that's like, okay, whatever it is, let's just get it done right now. If it's laundry, like, I mean, my wife has gotten on me, but look, I can throw them all in the washer. I don't care what color. Put it on wash.
No.
Put it on dry.
No.
I mean, yes,
I got to stand with Mama Wilkes on this.
Of course, yes,
crazy.
I know the whites and the colors and all that stuff.
Brother, what's your sign?
What's my sign?
Yeah,
Capricorn.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means in reference to laundry.
I was hoping it was like one of the serial killers.
Oh Lord. Okay. On that note,
astrology signs, so I can say you're psycho, bro. That's crazy.
Jacques Bermon needs us. Jacques Bermon Webster II.
Jacques Bermon about to win. Clearly.
No, indeed, he is not.
Is he not?
If anyone knows or doesn't know this story, Jacques Bermon is being sued for $750 million.
Is that Travis
Jacques,
Squat?
aka
I said
Travis
Travis Squat.
Squad. Travis Squad. That is our new band name.
So what's up with young Travis Squat?
Young Jacques. Did you not hear about what happened at Astroworld?
Of course, but for the
Okay.
people that didn't,
For
all
right.
of our listeners
The people
that
who
live
did
under a
not
rock.
hear, Jacques Bermon, aka the rapper Travis Scott, held his festival, the Astroworld Festival, a few weeks ago, was it?
Yeah, it was probably like 2 weeks ago.
And long story short, his shows are usually, how do I put this? He is hip hop, yes, but his shows are more
He is
rock.
like riotous, like
Yes, more
shows
like
are,
mosh pits, riding. He breaks
super
limbs.
violent.
Yes, he breaks limbs. He gets on stage and he breaks limbs.
Definitely.
Himself. He'll climb the scaffolding. He'll do all this. He incites
riots,
just crazy behavior. Yes,
legit.
Fans at his festivals, the numbers can grow to 30 to 50,000. Apparently, not apparently, the crowd was so large that people got trampled and died.
I think
there
upwards
were
to 200,000 people were there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, a little bit more than 50,000. I was close.
No. I think that was part of the
like the entire festival.
That was part of the thing. Like he usually averages like 50.
Like 50, but 200 were there.
Maybe
well,
70,
long story
000.
short, this thing grew out of hand quickly. They were understaffed, and people died. There were people who were as young as 9 years old who died. Yeah. So
10 people
there's
died.
A lawsuit. Yes, there's a lawsuit now being filed on behalf of the 125 victims of the audience crush. I think there was about 10 people who died, and the others were injured, many more injured, dozens of lawsuits.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm right on this, but I think his lawsuits are totaling up to about $2 billion so far.
Barty, Shahani, Axel, Acosta, Avila, Danish Bey, Madison Dubisky, John Hilgert, Jacob Jurinki, Franco Patino, Rodolfo Pena, Brianna Rodriguez. I just wanted to say those names to just give respect to the victims of this. It is a tragedy.
Let's take a moment of silence, bro. Respect and condolences.
For sure.
To all affected.
So the reason why I thought that this was important to bring up is that people are directly blaming Travis Scott, saying that he was on stage and he saw that there were lifeless bodies being passed to the front to the medical personnel, and the show continued for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I can understand both sides. Well, not even both sides. I can understand the side of the performer. As a performer on stage, we are engaging with the crowd, but we're not listening to the crowd to stop a gigantic festival type of show.
I don't think people understand like what that is on stage. Like,
no, they don't.
We can't hear you, fam. Like,
not at all. Not at all.
Especially if we have in-ears. If we have in-ears in, that's a no-go. Like, yes, I have to pull an in-ear out to hear a faint yell or something like that. But it's not like I can hear what's going on. So I agree with you on that.
Yes. I do not fault Travis for that. But London was actually telling me, he was saying like, yeah, this is not something that is new for him as far as inciting the violence and all that stuff and things
I
like
was
that.
just gonna go there, bro. Like it is part of his MO. There he is on video on one of his earlier concerts, earlier festivals, um, encouraging people to beat a man
Oh,
for trying to
yeah, that's
steal
right.
one
I
of his
did. Yeah, okay,
shoes.
yeah. I
Yeah,
did
bro.
hear
Like,
about that.
and he was like, "Yeah, f him up. Yeah, beat him. Yeah,
I mean, yes,
run the
that is.
barricades. They can't stop all you."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's terrible. But
He's like he created
he creates
the
the
atmosphere
atmosphere for them
that
to.
became Astroworld
Okay,
2021. You feel what I'm saying?
but this is my thing though. If it's a 21 and up show and there's alcohol and all this other stuff, cool. Yeah, at fault 100% for sure. You're giving people alcohol and you're telling them to do violent things. But this was all ages. Like this was
It's a festival,
a festival.
but
But
historically, festivals are a breeding ground for drugs,
yes,
alcohol,
yes,
crazy sexual encounters,
yes, most definitely,
crazy trips.
most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Like, yes,
Mhm,
it is all ages welcome to any festival, bro,
mhm.
because it's an outside area. There's no way people can monitor that really.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm
It's not even
saying?
a question. There's
So
no way.
I don't. Well, let me let you continue because I just don't know where you're going with that
Um,
like caveat.
oh, I just I just don't think it's a black and white. Even though he has a history of encouraging violence at his shows through his lyrics and his habits of encouraging crowds to ignore security, rush the stage. Um, Scott told GQ that he wants his concerts to feel like pro wrestling matches. Um, and someone was paralyzed at his concert in 2017.
Yeah, I read that.
He's been, on video encouraging fans to jump from a third floor balcony,
Yep.
reassuring them that other fans would catch them. Um, I mean, yeah, it's it's tough. So Live Nation, Drake, Apple, they all grouped in the lawsuit. I mean, just
Oh yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
So,
they're all gonna feel this. 10
I mean,
people died, fam. Kids there or not. 10 people died.
what I what is sad, which is this also is going to lead into the next segment. What is sad is that people can die, but cancel culture still won't come for someone unless they say something offensive to um, a certain community of people. He hasn't been pulled from any other festivals or anything. You haven't heard any of that news. But like earlier
He
this
was
year
pulled
when the
from one
baby
festival.
he got pulled from a festival.
He got pulled from one
But like
festival.
earlier this year when the baby went in on the LGBTQ stuff,
Yeah.
pulled immediately from all these festivals and all these sponsorships and endorsements and things like that. The only things you hear about Travis Scott is that he's in a lawsuit. That's it right now.
Yeah.
It's all. Um, so it's
But bro,
pretty
you can't
crazy.
come for the alphabet game and not feel that wrath, bro.
I mean, yes, but the outrage should be higher for death
They run
than
entertainment.
offensive. You said what?
They run entertainment, fam.
Yeah, they do. They run Hollywood for sure.
You like
They run Hollywood for sure.
you're not going to talk about the higher ups and not feel the repercussions of that.
Okay.
The baby went on there and on a platform that's not his,
Mm,
right? On a
mm,
platform that's not his and spewed hate
mm,
because he was mad at somebody in his crew. So
mm,
you spew hate to the entire audience, fam.
mm.
There's there's no coming back from that. I mean, apparently
So what's worse,
he
people
has
dying or
been.
saying offensive things to a segment of the population?
We all know what is ideally worse,
Mm,
but we know that offense is king
Mm.
today. Like, if I hurt your feelings, then I'm canceled. Now, I will say this. I want to give respect, because the LGBTQ community, things that celebrities, people with a big platform say can be used as a sort of permission to hurt
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
LGBTQ
For sure.
community,
For sure.
and words kill them. So words can hurt. Words can incite riots, as we've seen with Travis Scott, right? As
Every
we've seen
time you
with
have to say it
Buddy.
every time.
Yeah, we got to. As we've seen with Buddy,
Mhm.
words can incite violence. And I think the problem that people are having with Mr. Chapelle is that there are people on these streets that are using his words as justification for hurting these people. And
Okay.
their community is asking him to stop.
Well, that's the segue right there, ladies and gentlemen. For people who don't know or who haven't heard about Mr. Dave Chappelle and his most recent comedy special, The Closer, he is indeed in trouble with the LGBTQ plus,
Yeah.
or LGBTQIA. Is that
It's really LGBT plus. It's really, it can be L plus,
LGBT plus? Okay.
but people say LGBTQ or LGBTQ plus or LGBTQIA plus. It's always a plus, because
It's also a plus. There's more. Yeah.
They take over.
Yeah. There's
the entire alphabet, really.
They
Because there's also asexual, and that's a whole thing as well.
Yeah.
There's asexual, bisexual.
Yeah.
Corduroy sexual. I don't know, man. I'm trying to get the ABCs in.
Yeah. So, with that being said, Dave Chappelle is under fire for his last comedy special, The Closer, that he released on Netflix. There's a few things that he said in it, like Desi said, that lead his audience to, or not even just his audience, lead the general public to incite violence towards that segment of our population. And I mean, I guess the whole thing about this is, I mean, like I said, Travis Scott not canceled. Some people died. It is what it is. He gonna pay for the funerals, lawsuits, and stuff like that. But there has been more outrage about this comedy special than I think anything that has been released this year in the entertainment realm.
Well, I'll say this, because
have you seen it, first of all?
Oh yeah, I think it's incredible. But
I think all the conversation about it makes people want to go see it more.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad press in the entertainment. There's no such thing as bad press. But what I was going to say, I think people are looking at this Travis Scott situation differently, or with less cancel hungry vitriol, because if you watch further videos, it was clear that he was trying to stop it. Like he saw a few instances and he was like, yo, make sure he's don't touch him. Get him to the side. Yo, security guards, do your jobs. Woo, 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 woo. Like, it was clear that wasn't all the way his fault. Whereas you go on stage and half of your set is about this community.
No, he went straight for it. They ain't no.
And I mean, he said he was. He said he was. I think he ended it beautifully.
Oh yeah.
The story about what's the homegirl's name? I forgot.
Let me see if it's in here.
Was it Rebecca?
Ooh,
Sydney?
I can't remember.
Whoever. He befriended a transgender woman, giving her opportunities in San Francisco whenever he went through. And he really supported that woman while she was here. And the slander that she got from her community led her to take her own life.
Yeah.
Like, I think Dave Chappelle is at war with cancel culture.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As a whole.
For sure.
White men too, but mostly it's cancel culture that he's having a problem with.
Yeah. Yes. I'm Ron Burgundy. The tough part about this entire thing is being black. Being black in the middle of all of it, being a black, and I don't hate on anybody's lifestyle or anything like that, but I'm heterosexual. But there are people who are black, trans, black, queer, black, whatever. And so when he's saying these people aren't listening, I've been talking about us. He's saying, I've been talking about black people this entire time. I'm not, hating on, the gender thing or whatever and all this stuff. But at the same time, he's saying gender is a fact. He's saying he's Team TERF and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of black people in that community who feel like they have to, they're being put into this, they have to choose. Like they have to choose between their gender fluidity and their race in this entire thing. So I think that's what their whole MO is with it. Now, I don't know what the white side of people, what he said about that is 100% true. They are LGBT until they can pull out the white card, and it is what it is. But for black people who are in that community, it's tough for them because they can't ride that same line that other people can. I do get it as far as the part of inciting violence towards them, but I don't think that a comedian should be held responsible for violence that's happening in America, because if Dave Chappelle said it or not, it's still happening. Just like how they used to treat gay people in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Really, it's just now got to the point to where it's like, okay, no one cares. Do your thing. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we are as a society. And I think until them, and Canada too, because they called it a hate crime to not use people's pronouns, and whoever else is trying to protect this community by saying you can't offend them, I think they're doing them a disservice. Because it's like, that's like saying black people couldn't make black jokes during the civil rights time. It's like, nah, we were making fun of ourselves too. There was amazing comedians in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and stuff like that. Some of the legends.
I think that making fun of yourself is different than making fun of somebody that has nothing to do with you.
I think it's hilarious either way. I think it's funny when a white dude gets on stage and kills it, and does his white people impressions. He's got something to say about black people. He's got something to say about Asian, whatever, gay, and all this stuff. It is what it is, because I feel like it's a part of the art form. Like, if you're funny, your job is to make someone who doesn't look like you, who doesn't, isn't in your race, isn't in your segment. Your job is to make them laugh. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get on stage and be like, yeah, that is funny. That's true.
Honestly, bro, what's funny is that we don't have any sponsors in the second season. You
We
know what I
don't
mean?
have any sponsors. That's what's funny about this
That's
whole
what's crazy.
thing.
But you know it's Teak Wood
Man.
all day, baby.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Rick,
most definitely. Tell
plug
us
yourself,
about
baby. Tell us something that's happening in Rick Wilkerson world. Are you still on Music Chunks out here?
I am still on Music Chunks. There will be some lessons released soon. Make sure you go to musicchunks.com if you are a young musician and you want to learn how to play any instrument. It is a great website. It's a great tool. There is sheet music as well as you can manipulate video. You can slow down the video, learn in slow motion and speed it back up without changing the pitch. Musicchunks.com is a great resource for musicians of all ages. Tell us about some Teakwood stuff that's coming out here pretty soon.
Oh ho ho. Well, first and foremost, you're already at our next thing. Agreed. It's here. We're back. We're more consistent than ever with
Season
this
2.
broke down setup. But also December
Wait,
the
why does it got to be
23rd.
broke down? What if this is the glow up?
So December 23rd, we have Teakwood at 992 at Gallery 992. December 23rd, 7 p.m. My boy Rick will be there hosting.
Hey,
He don't know yet, but he'll be there.
Are we doing like a Christmas raffle or something like that? We got to give away some type
We'll
of
definitely do a giveaway.
Okay.
There will be tentatively a hot chocolate stand with cookies for the free ski wee ski. We'll have some gourmet Philly steaks for sale this time around by our resident chef Tony Eagle. Performances by myself, Desi Raines, and Joy Conaway, and many, many more. For those that have come to previous shows, this is a different vibe. We're coming with the spirit of Christmas all together, one show all the way through.
Let's get it.
So it's gonna be an experience. Giveaways, hot chocolate, cookies, Philly steaks.
You had
wine.
me at Philly steaks.
Huh?
You had
Let's
me at
go.
Philly steaks.
Look, you got me at Philly steaks.
There's nothing better than Philly steaks in the cold. I don't know why. But
that's actually true.
It is super true.
It's actually true. It's so warm. So nice, so juicy.
It's a comfort food for sure.
Super
saves lives. Saving lives with Philly steaks, people.
So we're going to have Philly steaks. We're going to have hot chocolate. We're going to have cookies. We're going to have wine. We're going to have, hopefully,
love.
Love. Christmas performances. Carols. Rick. We're going to have it all out here. My wife's going to be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be family
we're doing the thing.
Come out December 23rd, Gallery 992 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard in the West End.
Gallery 992.
Come in for
1223. We're in there.
$20 a pop.
Hey.
It's not crazy. We're going to have a good time.
Let's get it.
Let's get back to the show. I want to ask you.
Yes.
Speaking on the LGBTQ community, you guys know we didn't get to release all of our spicy episodes, but we started getting spicy at the end of season 1. So I want to keep the spice going.
Oh, no.
Where do you stand with the transgender community wanting to be called and accepted as the gender that they are transitioning into? Like, should transgender women be allowed in women's restrooms, changing rooms, locker rooms? Should they be allowed to compete in female sports?
Oh yeah, that was a big thing with the Olympics. Yeah,
it's a big thing with the Olympics. It's a big thing with MMA right now. I'm gonna give my opinion on it, and then I'm gonna let you go. In my opinion, I will respect your pronouns, whatever you desire to be called. I'll call you that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think it's a bit of a gray area when we get into like transgendered women winning woman of the year, their first year as a woman.
Mhm.
We get into talking about women's restrooms and men's
Transgender white women,
restrooms.
not transgender, all transgender white
For
women.
sure, for sure. There will always be racial
course.
undertones and everything in America, KKK. But
Mm.
I'm just like, maybe there should be and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe our audience can help us with this. Our family can help us with this. Maybe there's a transgendered league for everything. Not like segregation, not like lesser than,
Oh yeah.
but like a space where women who used to be men can compete with each other. Like they can fight each other. Anyone who used to be a man should never be able to enter a ring with a woman. That's in my crazy opinion. And
No, it's not
I
crazy
might
because
be
you have a
all the
daughter.
way out of pocket.
No. You see, the thing is, people, they're afraid of being offensive, but the people who are not afraid are people who have daughters, who have to see their daughters compete against men who are now transitioned into being a woman. Seeing your daughter work her tail off, crying after finishing a race because a dude beat her by a ridiculous margin.
Hold on, let's respect them. Let's respect them. It's still, it is a woman. We're
I'm
respecting
sorry, because
pronouns on the
a
grid.
woman, another woman who's transitioned has beaten her. And she's worked her entire high school career, and just there's no way for her to even get close because the physical makeup of a man who or a woman who used to be a man is just completely different. Bone density, testosterone. I can go down the list. If you were a male all of high school and you decided to be a female in between your junior and senior year, and you whooped up on all the females, you would see some angry parents in the stands. You would see some angry athletes. And that's why athletes were speaking about it in the way they were speaking about it in the Olympics. They weren't afraid because they have to actually compete against people. The tough part is acknowledging that this is the experience that people are going through, whether or not it's real to the rest of society. But at the same time, not
Yeah.
not changing fact.
Yeah.
I hate to be the bearer of that news, but there are, and I know there's a bunch of scientific studies as far as right now of a lot of transgender people who are in politics who cite different studies and things like that. Like it's a slippery slope because right now there's a lot of young women who are falling prey to questioning their sexuality and undergoing the process of transitioning, whether or not they know that it's a permanent thing. Once you start taking those pills, you can't have kids anymore. Like it's a wrap. It's immediate. So I think the epidemic is happening with young, like mainly with teenage girls. The tough part is, like I said, just being a parent. You have a daughter.
Yeah.
I would not, if I had a daughter, I would not want to see her get beat down in the ring, get beat in a wrestling match, because they're in every sport. Wrestling, they're in track, they're in weightlifting. I don't think they've done like basketball or football or anything like that yet, but it's only a matter of time.
I want to be very careful
Mhm.
as to not discredit the experience, as you
No,
said,
definitely not.
of any of the LGBTQ
Mhm.
community. Uh, this is just real gray.
Yeah.
It's real gray. Um, I use this example all the time. If LeBron James woke up today and said that he's been struggling with his gender identity
Mhm.
his entire life, and he's now coming out as a woman, it would be grossly disrespectful to have him transitioning into her go into the WNBA.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Grossly
Those women would throw a
disrespectful.
they would riot, they would protest for sure.
And man, this is
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
it's a
That's what I'm
lot. It's
saying.
a lot because you
So
said earlier like you can't change fact. I want to argue that a little bit because a few hundred years ago, it was fact to this world that we were 3/4 of a human,
mhm.
3/5 of a human.
And
That
those
was
were laws.
fact.
And those were laws.
And because it was law, we know people like this. Because it's law, it's
Right.
fact.
Right.
And I think it has a lot to do with we just don't, because we fear the unknown,
Mhm.
it's easy to shun the unknown.
Mhm.
And I'm just trying to get to a place because I had really hard stances on this
Mhm.
maybe like a decade ago.
Mhm.
But I went to school with a lot of the LGBTQ plus community, and a lot of them, came and educated me on their experience, and this kind of made me, rethink some things. And there's a quote in Men in Black. If y'all haven't seen Men in Black, the first one, wake up. But there's a quote in it. That's right. So there's a quote that Tommy Lee Jones says is like, thousands of years ago, we just knew the earth was the center of the universe. 100 years ago, we just knew that we were the only beings alive in this universe. Imagine what we'll know tomorrow. Facts change, fam. They do change. And I think we're entering into a reality where trans woman, trans man is woman, is man. And I think that's just setting up a whole lot of things that don't need to happen. If that makes sense, like a snowball effect of things that just
Yeah.
don't have to happen. I think it can be avoided. And I'm saying this um, cautiously because I don't want to sound like I'm advocating for segregation of the trans community. That's not the point. I don't want different water fountains or different entrances. But when it comes to locker rooms, when it comes to sports, when it comes to restrooms, I think there should be separation
Mm.
between men, women, trans men, trans women.
Mm.
I just think that's
It's just
fair, fam.
yes. The tough thing is we can change laws, but we can't change science. We can study water all we want to from the beginning of time. It's always going to be two hydrogen, one
So, what
oxygen.
do you say to the scientists that back these lifestyles?
Um, I mean, the scientists, as far as like mentally and all that stuff, yeah, they're 100% sure, yeah, all the studies. But what can't be changed is every human being that has ever been born on the face of the earth has either what is it, 2x chromosomes or an X and a Y chromosome, you're either one or the other. There has
Look,
never been in history ever. There is never in history, and it will never happen because that's just how human beings are made. There will never be a time where someone can change their chromosomes. Yes, they can take the testosterone and all that stuff, but underneath your DNA, your blood is still red. Number one. Number two, you still have those same chromosomes. What can be changed is the laws to accommodate people's lifestyles and their experiences and things like that. And sure, yeah, but society can never dictate science. It can't. That's the unfortunate part of the experience that these people are going through. Now, we're saying it like this is a new thing. Back in Roman times, they had all types of, eunuchs and all kinds of, crazy stuff running around and people like that. And yeah, there was homosexuals and stuff. Even the Bible, all that stuff was there. It was all there. Sodom and Gomorrah, it was a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
We just, unfortunately, we have to be the bearer of bad news and bust people's bubbles and let them know, like, your experience, yes, is real to you, but you cannot change the physical makeup that you were when you were born from the inside. You may be able to change the outward appearance, most definitely. Now, there's going to be, you can remove
Oh no,
things
fam.
and you can no, yeah, physically you can change. You can remove certain organs, or you can, flip things inside out. All that stuff you can do that, but you can't take water and change it into something else. Then it wouldn't be water. It's going to be 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. A human being is going to be, from the very beginning of inception, it's going to be 2 X chromosomes or an X and a Y.
So for you, this is a black and white issue.
When it comes, well, it's not even just for me. This isn't it's not a scientific thing.
We're talking
It's
about
not we're not talking about science in the realm of like discovery, like, oh, we just haven't discovered that yet. We're talking about what is it, like the scientific laws, I think is what it's called, universal laws of science, like gravity. We know that's not going to change. Yes, the rate of gravity can change depending on what planet you're on. But as far as gravity existing, yeah, it's a thing.
But scientifically, man.
Yeah.
Scientifically,
No, you're talking about
they
scientific.
are backing transgender
Scientific discovery. They are mentally, yes. But as far as in the womb or from inception, there's no argument there. None. They can't argue that. They can argue after birth what people's experience is and all that stuff. And sure, yeah. But in order to be a human being, you're one or two things whenever you're born. It just is what it is. They don't come out the womb in the doctor's office saying it's a they, because it's one or two things.
I think they're about to start doing that.
I'm sure they can in their minds if it's a
LGBT. I think they're
plus,
about to start doing that for like all babies.
They're just gonna.
That's what they're pushing for. They're pushing for people to stop
not assigning sex at birth.
Stop assigning gender roles at birth. Sex, like you said, sex can't be changed. Yeah. Your gender apparently is an identity thing.
Sure.
Only. It has nothing to do with the sex of who you are.
If it's that important to them, as far as, the way they experience their life, so be it. Now, I will say, I don't think that they should be treated harshly, and they should not be.
Now that goes, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, they shouldn't be.
Nobody should be harmed because of what they believe.
Yeah. Now, I mean, there's a lot of people who have
all right,
mental.
Right. Let me clean that up. No one should be harmed for the way they choose to love.
Yeah, for sure.
And who they choose to love.
Right.
And how they choose to love themselves. No one should be harmed for that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yes. And we love God for sure.
Period.
We ain't down with
God loves them.
Stone
Hold
the
on.
homosexuals. We
Because
ain't.
God loves them.
Yeah.
We love God, and
Yeah.
we love them because God loves them.
Yeah, for sure.
Period.
For
Is he
sure.
happy with choices that we make? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But he loves
None
us
of us are perfect.
unconditionally. Fam.
Most def.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that same love should be shown to everybody. That's my stance.
Fair enough. Let's just leave that where it lays
Moving
before we
right
get in any more
along
trouble.
to the next hot topic, because God.
I want to skip Kyle. I can't do it. It just happened today.
Fam, we got to do it. We have to do it. We have to do it.
People aren't going to like what I have to say about it.
That's why we're here, Rick.
All right, fine.
Come on.
Oh, Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse.
Mr. Shoot a
was
nigga
acquitted.
Twice.
Kyle Rittenhouse cried on the stand, y'all. He got away with murdering 2 people. All right, so if people don't know, Kyle Rittenhouse is a 18-year-old man.
He was 17 at the time. This is really
who was 17 at the time.
Imperative to the case here.
He was a minor. He was indeed a minor. Let me get his exact. Okay, Mr. Rittenhouse lives in Antioch, Illinois, with his mother, while his father lives in Kenosha, Minnesota. Is that it?
Okay.
Antioch is just across the Illinois border. He worked as a lifeguard in Kenosha. He was part of a police program, new CPR, basic life support, blah, 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 all this other stuff. He got his friend, who was 18 at the time, to purchase him a gun, an AR-15, and he went out to Kenosha on one fateful night last year when all the rioting was happening to protect his community. I don't know all the specifics of everything because I didn't follow the trial to the T, but Mr. Rittenhouse fatally shot, I don't know, is it Joseph Rosenbaum, Anthony Huber, and Gage Grosskreutz was wounded, but Joseph and Anthony were killed just before midnight on August 25th. What I want to stress about this case is that old Kyle shot some white men. He didn't shoot black people. He shot white people. Now, it was reported that he was protecting some car dealership company that had a few different locations. His friend was on the roof of one of the buildings, but Kyle was down on the ground in the action, policing his community.
Right.
Apparently,
a young George Zimmerman, if you will.
Yes, a young George Zimmerman, indeed. What's different about him is he came into whatever situation that he came into right before he ended up shooting these people, and apparently either Joseph or one of the other guys was, they say, attacking him, coming towards him. The same thing with Anthony Huber, coming towards him, whatnot. I think they said hit him with the skateboard. Gage, the dude who wasn't killed, pointed a gun at him. So it wasn't like this was just straight up unprovoked. He ran out into a crowd and just shot some people. That's where the gray area lies. It's important to know that the stuff about him living right across the border and his dad being in Kenosha, because people think that this dude just drove some hours to some random city just to get at some black people. That's what it's being painted as.
Yeah, there it is.
It's a gross mislabeling of this trial. And I think as black people, we have to, sadly, from now on, we have to do more digging and finding out, okay, what are the circumstances about this trial? Is this a hate crime? Did he really just get away with this just because he's a young white dude in America? X, Y's, and Z's, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened with this case, y'all. You need to look it up. The judge threw out the gun charge. The judge threw out this, threw out that. He prohibited the press from being inside of the courtroom. His ringtone was like, I think the same ringtone, the song, the anthem of the Proud Boys. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that can be
He
used on either side.
throughout the use of the word victim.
Throughout the use of the word victim.
What else? It was a few words that he threw out.
Right. I think they, instead of calling the people who got killed victims, they called them rioters. And the judge was allowing that.
They let this little kid pick his jewelry.
I mean, he put his hand into a box and it was random situation. Yeah. It wasn't like he,
Now you got to educate me on this. Is this common practice? Is this what happens usually?
I looked all this stuff up. I looked that up. Apparently, this judge does that in his court. See, this is what I'm saying. It's tough because if you're Black, the first things you're gonna see are social media and articles and things like that being pushed towards you, trying to incite rage towards this young man, this trial that happened or whatnot. But I don't think that we should be, I'm not gonna say fooled, but we can't be quick to side with everybody and their mama on social media who's saying, oh, this is another example of America. This is another example, blah, 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 blah. It's just like,
it's still an example of America.
I mean, of course, yes, most definitely. But we have to be careful. Obviously, now I'm not naive, y'all. A 17-year-old Black male who had his friend buy a gun from him and who ends up getting into an altercation with some people.
Fam, if it was Keyshawn Rawlings, we wouldn't even be having a trial.
They are not going to get away with this. It would be done. Most definitely.
He would be locked away for life.
Yeah, I'm not naive.
I think the problem is, and what I've been hearing, is that because I followed this guy that I went to college with. His name, coincidentally, is Joe Rittenhouse. He's no relation.
Oh no, Joe.
But that is his name.
This is the worst time to have the last name Rittenhouse, sir.
But he's dude I went to college with, white guy. All intents and purposes, he's a cool guy. He's just as strong as Black people stand up for his people. He's gonna stand strong for his white brothers and sisters. And he's been on Facebook really like championing Kyle Rittenhouse and hoping that he gets off and wins the case. And he put some facts on the thing that I just didn't know. Like everything you just said, really, like it was not a hate crime deal. It was
he didn't kill self-defense. He didn't kill Black people. He killed some white people.
It was self-defense. They attacked him first, which provoked him to shoot people. Yes. The problem is this whole treatment is not provided to our darker skinned counterparts.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean,
we know that.
We say, of course, like, yeah, shut it off. That's what it's come to. It's like,
yeah.
It's normal.
You know me.
But this is weird, fam. Like, it's weird, bro.
It's not.
If any of those rioters were killing people, if any of the rioters were killing people,
yeah,
it would not be this. But somebody playing vigilante gets off without anything other than a public smear.
Well, here's the thing. The gun charge was thrown out because of Wisconsin's gun laws. See,
in Wisconsin, you can carry a gun as a 17-year-old.
Yes, and the weapon was longer than the measurements required for it to be considered an illegal short-barreled rifle. And there's a few states, and it says like the statute, blah, 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 it only applies to a person under 18 who possesses or is armed with a rifle or shotgun if the person is in violation of this code or whatnot. What's tough about this is that we have to look at it from the outside in. What state was this in? This was one of those states where they have some of those laws that protect some of those
people.
Gun lovers. Yeah, well,
I was just trying to keep with the those thing. It was nice.
Who some of those, gun lovers. So you have states like Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho. You know what I'm saying? Like Oklahoma, Kansas. The list goes on of places that's like, yeah, they got some gun laws and some things that's like, I'm staying away from there. I'm not touching it, but certain segments of our population know those laws up and down, and they can flex them to their advantage. Now, if this was a Black person who went out to protect the community at Stone Mountain, like they have, and got into some altercation with some other Black people, it wouldn't be a national trial. But the reason why this is a whole big deal as far as the media and all that stuff, and why we even know about young Kyle, is because of the state that we're in right now. We are being incited to be angry at America. And I think it's a ploy of people who don't even live here, bro. Like, they're using social media, they're using all this stuff to make Black people angry at every trial, at every instance, at every this, at every that. Now, I'm not saying this is 100%, correct or right, of course. And I'm not saying that a Black person wouldn't have been in the same situation, but I will say that we cannot get angry at every single trial where someone gets off with something that,
basically
just hearing a few facts about the trial,
we
puts
can't
us
just
over there. Oh, look,
we can't only read headlines.
Right. We can't only read headlines. We got to be careful. Yes. And I'm encouraging our audience to do that. Go and read the facts about the gun laws in Wisconsin, about, this young man who spent time in Kenosha because his father lives there or whatever, doing his thing and all this and all that. Like, it's not the story that it seems like it was at the beginning. And I think I've had to check myself and try to do a better job of that. Like, no, I can't get upset before I know about all the facts. Now, if we see somebody die on camera, there's nothing to explain ever. You don't have to I don't care what the law is. It is what it is. I will never be okay with seeing someone die. I can't, Black, white, Asian, whatever. But we can't just read these headlines, and we can't go off of all of our friends, Instagram posts and, all this other stuff like that, and get into arguments over stuff that, is really just sensationalized news. Like, we can't do that. So I thought it was interesting, the whole, media circus behind young Kyle's trial. But yes, he was acquitted today. Well, when this comes out, it'll be, a little bit like a week or two. But
as of recording, he was acquitted.
As of recording, young Kyle
ago.
was acquitted today.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
Two things I'll be surprised if it don't happen.
Go ahead.
One, if this doesn't get turned into a movie, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, for sure it's going to be a TV movie. What channels are going to be on? That's the question. What channels are going to be on?
Fox.
CMT. Oh, man. Let's just move on.
This man said CMT.
They got all those.
They're gonna have one for all of the movie stations. They're gonna have a Lifetime special. They're gonna have the
How
ABC
they gonna put this on Lifetime?
Special. They gotta clean up young Kyle's image. They're gonna have a BET special from The Other Stance. It's
Oh
gonna be great.
Lord.
It's gonna be great. That's
But
one
it
thing
didn't
I'll be
involve no black
surprised.
people.
I'll be surprised if that doesn't get made into a movie. And second, I'll be surprised if we don't have sponsors this season. Listen,
I will be
listen,
surprised too, bro. Listen,
listen. We
man.
are coming
We
with the
need some.
heat, huh? We're coming with that fire. We're coming with that pizzazz, that
Listen. Oh,
razzmatazz. We
actually, I do.
sauteed that thing.
I do. I do have one thing to announce.
That's what I'm
Uh,
now. Rick Wilkerson,
where's it
tell
at?
us what you got going on in your life.
Okay. There is a movie that is coming up. The film opens in select theaters on December 3rd. I've been asked to push. It's a Amazon Studios movie. It's called Encounter. It's about a father, his love for his children and his efforts to protect them, even as the world itself is crashing down. Go and see the screening. It's going to be here in Atlanta, Thursday, November 30th. If you hear this podcast before then, I'm actually also going to put a post on my social media. Follow me, Rick Wilkerson Music. I'm going to be giving away tickets to this film to different Atlanta fathers. And I think as Atlanta fathers, we definitely should be sponsored by something like this. Desperate to save his sons, Jay and Bobby, have to deal with some threat. And the dad is a Marine, packs him in the car, sets off on a perilous journey across the U.S. in order to find safety for his children. Encounter is a riveting thriller, powerful drama about a family dealing with a seemingly unstoppable enemy. So if you want to see it, make sure you comment on my social media when I post. Encounter in theaters December the 3rd, 2021, starring
Rick Wilkerson? What?
No. Octavia Spencer and Riz Ahmed. Encounter from
Are you in
Amazon.
this?
I wish I was. I wish I had over five lines. Once you do that, that's when you really know you.
So you are in this. You're an extra?
No. I said I wish
Oh.
I was in this. They just asked me as an influential Atlanta father to promote the movie. So promoting, I will post about it. Make sure you comment, and I'll give away some tickets to some fathers to go see Encounter on. It'll be an early showing, Thursday, November 30th at 7 p.m. But the movie comes out December 3rd, 2021.
Very good. Very good. As far
Yes,
as
sir.
more
Yes, sir.
Teakwood news,
Yes, sir.
Teakwood will be coming out with a Christmas song right in time for the holidays.
The Christmas song or a Christmas song?
A Christmas song.
I
An
need you to do a
original
version of
Christmas
the
song.
Christmas song for me, please. Have yourself.
Fam, that's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. The Christmas
That's
song
a different one.
is
Which one is the Christmas
chestnuts
song?
roasting on an open
Chestnuts
fire.
roasting.
All right, so back to the Teakwood plug. We're writing our own Christmas song.
Come on in here.
Putting out right in time for the holidays. We will be performing this record at the Teakwood show at 992
Beautiful.
Ralph David
wait.
Abernathy Boulevard, 7 p.m.
I can't wait.
$20. Hot chocolate, cookies,
Philly cheesesteaks,
wine, music, good people, good folks,
fun,
good community.
love.
Let's
Yes, sir.
go.
Yes, sir.
That's what we got.
Speaking of going,
Hero.
Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson
are going
officially
together.
Going together.
I like how you're getting these
places,
segues,
yes.
brother. These are great segues.
Indeed. Hey, man, got to do what we got to do out here. Now, I was completely right on this. My sister did not believe me. Shout out to my sister for doubting the greatness of my investigative skills.
Well, honestly, shout out to your
everywhere.
sister for having like great drinks on demand. That was a good visit to your house, to your apartment up in Tennessee.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Shouts out to Sister Wilkes.
Hey, we're out here. They're officially taking their friendship to the next level. A source close to Kim tells E! News the 41-year-old, she's 41? Kim Kardashian is 41 years old.
I think Kanye is like 42 or 43.
Kanye Kanye is 42, and that man is saying all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, Jay-Z
anyway.
is like almost 50.
Well, yeah, I knew he was old, but Kanye,
They came
Kim?
up like Kanye was producing
That's
like
true.
for
That's
the
true.
Blueprint.
That's true. The 41-year-old reality star and 28-year-old Saturday Night Live comedian are officially dating. They're really happy and seeing where it goes. Pete's told her he doesn't want to see anyone else. Kim feels the same. She's telling some people they're not super serious, but she isn't seeing anyone else. She's trying not to make a big deal about it, but she's super into him. This is the connection. Someone told me this earlier. Shout out to my coworkers. Okay. Kourtney Kardashian is engaged to Travis Barker. Travis Barker and Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are sorry. Yeah, they're
right.
good friends. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are obviously a thing. Machine Gun Kelly is good friends with Pete Davidson. So the Kardashians hanging out with their friends, whatever. They all have mutual friends doing a thing. Kim does SNL, hangs out with Pete for a week, even though, they were already friends through mutual friends, whatever. He sneaks her out to Staten Island on a date. It's a real thing. He indeed did play in a movie called The King of Staten Island, and I have to now deem him the King of Staten Island for pulling 41-year-old Kim Kardashian as a 28-year-old SNL comedian.
That's not hard.
It's not hard?
No.
You don't see that? I mean, women like off the jump are like, oh, Pete Davidson, blah, blah. But I mean, hey, I'm giving them props. That's swag. Right. That's humor swag.
You
like
think
some
Halle
guys
Berry,
are,
you think
they have
Halle
like
Berry out here smashing people her age?
Okay, Halle Berry is crazy. So we can't use her for
and
any
Kim
examples.
Kardashian is not?
Kim Kardashian is not.
What are we talking about?
No. Wait, hold on.
You're talking about the woman that's famous for a sex tape? She's not crazy?
No. She's okay. I mean, that was past life. She's moved on with her life now. She's getting her law degree. She's trying to do things. She's trying to make things,
No, she's doing things that are
great. She is indeed doing things.
She's doing great things. I don't ever want to negate that.
Her philanthropy is on point. She's freeing people from jail.
Sure.
She's getting her law degree, all this stuff. Those are
both can be true though. You can be crazy and be doing a lot of great stuff. She married Kanye West.
She's not Halle Berry crazy. Well, yeah, she did indeed marry Kanye West. That was not the very
but he been crazy.
Decision. Yeah, he been crazy. Yeah. I've been trying to tell all y'all. Now, I've been trying to tell all y'all. Sunday service, Lord Jesus. Did you see that they had Marilyn Manson on Sunday service?
Ain't that what we want as Christians?
Someone who was dealing with sexual assault of a minor situation right now. You want him on stage, would you?
I want him to feel the love of Jesus.
You want to wait till after the trial, or you want to?
Would Jesus wait till after the trial?
Ooh,
wow!
You got me there.
Or would he give it to him now?
You got me there.
Look, man. I ain't gonna say nothing about. We done had a whole discussion, and you know what? We're gonna release that episode because it's
actually,
you know what?
I would not have Marilyn Manson on stage until the trial situation was over. Like, especially if it's sexual assault of a minor.
We are talking about Jesus, bro. We're not talking about personal opinion or how we feel about a situation or anything like that. The question is,
if it was your daughter,
it don't matter. Does he not deserve Jesus?
I didn't say he didn't deserve Jesus. I'm saying you shouldn't be singing in the service to children while dealing with sexual assault.
Fam, if he's
allegations
trying to
and all that stuff,
repent and turn away from who he's been, that's a win.
Okay,
that is a win.
As we know,
when you decide to follow Jesus, your past is erased. It's not erased.
But this is present. This
is not
past.
erased.
This is present.
Did it happen today?
The trial situation, the allegations and all that stuff.
The allegations happened today.
So you would have Harvey Weinstein on stage? Harvey Weinstein on stage?
If Harvey Weinstein wanted to
Want to hop
give
on
his
stage and say,
life
"I
to
love Jesus"?
Jesus,
Okay.
I would give him a platform to do so. That's for anybody. Because I'm not, as a carrier of Christ, I am not of the, I am not of the grade level to discriminate against anybody who's trying to come to the kingdom. That's above my pay grade.
Okay.
I don't have the power to keep you out. Matter of fact, if I use my strength to keep you out, then I'm going against Jesus. Am I wrong? Now, will you be part of the children's choir? No. Will you be part of the children's ministry? No. No, you won't.
I think it's disrespectful to women to have a man who's accused of sexual assault standing in front of a congregation singing and asking and all that stuff that they do on stage at whatever they do on stage at Sunday service.
I just think Jesus would have something different to say about that, is all I'm saying. That's all. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think Jesus would have something different to say about it.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, it also involves adult women too, different actresses and things like that. Now, he was dropped by his record labels and talent agents and all that stuff, but it's been more than a dozen women. Like, it just sometimes you gotta take a seat until.
So for you, salvation is not for everybody.
I didn't say that. I said that you need to get your life right before you try ministering to someone while you're dealing with sexual assault allegations.
Was he ministering to people?
He's had Sunday service, bro. Him standing next to Justin Bieber, standing next to Kanye, ministering the gospel in song format.
He ministered the gospel?
In song format, singing the praises. Bro, have you not seen them at Sunday service? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Speaking the name of Jesus, ministering the gospel, sexual allegations. And I think there's some articles saying that his lawyer and they're in talks as far as like settling, which you know what that means.
He did it.
We're going to pay y'all to go away. It is what it is. It's
allegedly, he did it.
It's more than a dozen women. It's the same thing as the R. Kelly situation, the R. Kelly movement, when he went and he can't try to come back to church and sing, you know, Kirk Franklin and all these people. Yeah, I get it, Kirk. Most definitely. Everybody deserves the love of God, but let's take care of the sexual assault allegations, especially for the victims and women everywhere. We have to respect what this person has done, and they have to unfortunately deal with the trial and all that stuff and the fallout, what have you, of the actions that they have done against people. We're not just talking about this person lying and now they're not lying anymore. We're talking about real crimes. When we get into real crimes, I don't think you should be in front of God's people ministering if you just in the last 10 years or so, whatnot.
I hear what you're saying, brother.
Imposed yourself upon women.
All I'm saying is that Jesus would say different, which was probably part of the reason he was crucified.
Hey, I feel it.
Because he went against the grain about all of this type of stuff.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So
unfortunately, we aren't Jesus, and I'm not either, and I have to protect my women. So
that doesn't mean I keep you from singing to Jesus. That doesn't that's above my pay grade. Eek. It's above my pay grade.
Eek.
I feel you, brother.
During the time of dealing with allegations, you're okay with someone being on stage ministering to the people while dealing with sexual assault.
I'm okay with somebody that is dealing with sin getting on stage and singing to Jesus.
Oh no, we're not talking about sin. We're talking about crimes. Someone who has committed vile crimes against
crimes are sin,
women.
right?
I mean, you can sin and not commit a crime. We're talking about
right, but
crime.
crimes are sin, right?
No.
Crimes are not sins. Tell me what crimes are.
No. I'm saying sin is not
No,
crime.
my question is, crimes are sins, right?
I'm having a tough time following here. So you're saying crime is on the same level of sin?
No,
Okay.
I'm saying crime, to commit a crime, is to commit a sin.
No, they're not the same thing.
I think what you are doing is placing more weight on
the crime
different
than
sins,
the sin.
on different sins.
I see what you're saying.
On different sins.
Oof.
Because lying is a sin.
Mm-hmm.
Lying can be a crime.
Indeed.
To some aspects.
Yes. There's no instance where you can say that committing an act against another human being.
Killing someone is a sin. Raping someone is a sin. Molesting someone is a sin. These are sins. These are not to be disputed, brother. These are sins, which also happen to be crimes, but they are sins. Crimes fall under the umbrella of sin. In the world, we have different weights on different sins. God sees them all as the same.
Gotcha.
So I understand where you're coming from. It's societally, you do something wrong, sit your ass down. Societally,
not just wrong, committing a crime.
Again, I'm not trying to diminish what he did.
Yeah, no, let's not diminish.
I am not.
More than a dozen.
I am not diminishing what he did.
I can't stand beside you as a married man.
Bam, your stance is not Jesus's. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm arguing. Your stance, Jesus would have something different to say about it.
Well, I hope all married men would have the same stance.
And he would implore you to have a different stance.
Well, Jesus wasn't married. So as a married man, I'm not going to allow.
You're above him then. That's right.
Yeah,
you're above him. Yeah. That's right. Talk your thing, brother.
Hey, as a married man.
This is Rick, Jesus. Nah. This is Rick Wilkerson.
I can't get down with rape as a married man. And as a father, I can't get down with rape.
No one's saying I'm getting down with rape.
No, you're saying it's okay to minister during the time of having allegations of sexual assault. Yeah.
It's okay to sing to Jesus it's okay at any time.
You said what?
It's okay to sing to Jesus anytime, any place, anywhere.
Most definitely.
And if your friend invites you up to sing to Jesus,
I mean, I don't even trust the friend anyway. So that's the first part. So, yeah. We'll leave that where it lay, Mr. Manson. But yeah, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are dating. It's a thing. And Kanye's still crazy. Let's
That's
see.
Super dismissive, brother.
What?
They're all crazy.
Who?
We're all crazy.
So you're saying Kanye is sane?
No, we're all crazy.
Okay. Well, no, don't group me in with Kanye now. Hey, listen.
Rick, you're crazy, bro.
Listen, bro. Not on that level, duh. I'm not going to get out here and spew all my wife's business out here while I'm running for president last minute. That's still the craziest thing to me. Like, this still bizarre that Kanye West ran for president.
It's bizarre that he ran, but not Donald Trump. That's crazy to me.
Well, Donald has been around the political sector and situation. Let's see, they've been pushing Donald since the late 80s to run. If you watched all his interviews, you watched all of his speeches and a lot of the stuff he was saying. He's always in with political people. It wasn't like he was apolitical, including like
And
some of
Kanye
his
is
old
not when he
interviews.
went up on stage and said George Bush is trash. That's on a presidential
Mhm.
telethon.
Yeah, bro. They've been
Okay,
pushing him to be president
all
since
right.
the late 80s. Yeah, see, you kind of have to go back to the late 80s, especially like with someone like Oprah's interviews when she was like, "Are you sure you don't want to run for president?" It's really weird. It's really weird some of the wording that some of them were saying. But yes, they've been pushing him to get into politics and to run for president. And he's been saying for the longest, like, no, I don't want to be a part of politics, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. He would for the
Well,
longest.
Kanye wants to be a part of politics.
Oh God. Well, not anymore. You see
How
how
is
that
this?
went.
No, he's still trying to run.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah. Kim said that was the straw. Okay, so we can do one of two. We can talk about China's social media regulations, or we can talk about the California couple who stole millions of dollars through fraud of the old SBA loans and
That's
disappeared.
old.
That's old?
Nah, the SBA, PPP stuff, like they getting over.
Mm. But these
But give me the
people,
nutshell because I want to know.
okay.
And I couldn't click the link on my phone.
Okay. So apparently this couple swindled $20 million in COVID relief funds. And they have now fled. They used their money to buy mansions, jewelry, luxury goods. They have 3 teenage children. They wrote their children a note. One dude, the husband is 43, the wife is 37. They use fake identities, including elderly and deceased people, foreign exchange students, to claim money during the SBA situation. They forged 150 loan applications. They bought gold, jewelry, designer handbags, motorcycles, you name it, blah, blah, blah. Back in August, they fled. They left their kids a note. They fled the country. They have been sentenced. The husband's been sentenced to 17 years. The wife's been sentenced to 6. And their brother's been given 5 years in federal prison. These are federal.
So they're locked up now.
No. They are on the run now. They're still gone. They left. They took off their bracelets. The kids are with the grandparents now. These people are cold-blooded, bro. They swindle people out of millions of dollars. I think there's a $20,000 reward. See, when you're wanted by like certain, state and municipal principalities, I don't know how to say the name, municipalities, it's one thing. But when you're wanted by the federal government and they have a $20,000 reward out for you, man, it's an intense thing. It's a little bit more intense than most people who swindled, money through the SBA situation. Well, yeah, there was people who swindled money and stuff like that, but obviously they got caught and did their thing, or they didn't get caught. Certain rappers got caught because they put it on TikTok. But these people are wanted by the federal government and they fled, bro. I just thought it was interesting. But what's crazy is like their lawyers are trying to convince the judges that they're good people, but they say they can't convince them because obviously they're not present at current time right now. I just want to know, would you do it?
No.
If you had the opportunity, kind of like the college admission scandal, like some people just kind of get swept up in some of these things. Would you, if you had the opportunity, slide yourself a couple extra dollars?
No.
If you knew how to forge the applications on SBA loans or any other loans out here, all these checks they sending out to us. What is that? What is that stimulus check? If you knew you had a homeboy that was like, yo, all you got to do is X, Y's, and Z's. I think some NBA players got in trouble too for like doing the same thing with
19 NBA players.
19, bro.
A dental insurance fraud.
Crazy. Forging these papers in order to get money, bro. So you're saying absolutely not. You wouldn't do it. You're totally out. Never, no way. It is what it is. I'm going to stay on this level. I'm not going to try to ruffle no feathers.
How you get on is how you going to ride.
See, that's a song right there. Just go ahead and take those lyrics and make that a song, please, sir.
But that's what I live by, bro.
It's how you gonna ride.
That's period. Like,
break it down for the people.
I can't in good conscience do that and then be looking over my back for the rest of my life.
For life, bro.
Like,
that's the thing. That's why I don't be watching these movies, because I can't stress myself out for 3 hours watching you run from the cops. I know you're gonna get caught in the end, but I'm stressed watching you run from the cops. I can't do that in real life.
Like, that's not peace, bro.
That's not peace. I don't want to see a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio running from the cops the whole movie. Catch Me If You Can or whatever.
Come on.
That's gonna
Frank Abagnale Jr.
Bro, that stresses me out. Stuff like that stresses me out. Watching people run the cops. So why
you can't even really enjoy your money,
bro? You can't enjoy the money. You're
using all your money for travel fees. You got to keep on the move.
You can't contact your family because they're gonna monitor your family. They're gonna tap their phone lines and all this other stuff, to make sure that they're not communicating with you. So you literally have to live as a hermit for the rest of your life, even though you stole millions of dollars. Like all these,
it's not worth it. To me, it's not worth it. To others, it may be, and I, do your thing, boo boo. But as for me and my house, I'm gonna be good on it, fam. I'm gonna be good on it. I don't need it. I don't need it that bad. It's like this question they have. I watched this T-Pain's Nappy Boy Radio podcast, and they have this segment on there called The Button Question. And it's basically based off this movie called The Box.
Yeah.
So the button question is, random man comes into your house, has a button.
That was Cameron Diaz, right?
I think so. Or Katherine Heigl.
Katherine Heigl? It was Katherine Heigl, not Cameron Diaz?
I'm just not sure. I don't have it up in front of me.
It's okay. IMDb will tell me. Go ahead.
The question, you press this button and you can have any tangible thing you want in this life immediately. The catch is, you press this button.
It was Cameron Diaz. I was right.
Boom. You press this button. Someone in the world dies.
Yeah. No, I'm out,
and
bro.
You don't know who it is.
I'm out.
You don't know who it is. It could be me.
I'm out, G.
It could be a 25-year-old that's just starting to live life. Heart attack immediately. Or it could be the next Hitler. You never know. You don't know. The catch is, another catch, if you decide not to press the button, you die.
Ooh. How long do I have to decide? Like a day or something?
Like 5 minutes.
What?
What would you do, Rick? Anybody in the world, no one's off limits. Your wife's not off limits.
That's what I'm saying. It could be somebody in your family.
Your kid's not off limits.
Nah, bro.
Folks not off limits. You'd have to take that
L
bullet.
on that one.
You'd have to die.
Take L, bro.
See, I feel the same way, but they get mad at people for picking that answer.
Mad at people? Really? For not pressing the button?
For not pressing the button, for choosing to die instead.
Bro, I choose love over hate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard for me to screw someone over for material gain.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. Way to bring it back. Yeah. No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
That's hard.
I hear you.
Like, for me, like it's hard for me So it was hard. It's hard for me to sign contracts if I know they're gonna screw me.
Yeah. Like
You know
if
what I
if you
mean?
know something is deliberately going to mess with somebody, most definitely.
That's hard.
What's tough is when like the lines are blurred. When it's like, ooh, all I have to do is not say anything or look the other way, even though I know something may be off. And they paying me to not say nothing. That's when it would be tough for me. That's when it's like, ooh, I don't know. That could be anybody. Any of us could be caught up in the situation. Any of us, bro. I heard one time that somebody knew someone who was like a trucker, and they got paid one time to take a load, paid way too much money to take a load, not look inside, and just get it to his destination, X, Y's, and Z's. Eventually, they ended up getting caught. I think it was like drug trafficking or human trafficking, something. But it was a situation where it was like, just don't look back there. Drive from point A to point B, plausible deniability. I could see people getting caught up in that for sure.
I can see people getting caught up with that. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even try.
Do it. You can't do it. Not even try. You just be like, nah, I'm out.
If it's one of those things where I'm paying you to shut your mouth.
Okay, you're out. Yeah, you're out. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't.
If I can't look in every crevice of what I'm driving.
You're right.
Because now if I get pulled over with your crap in the back.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I'm in trouble.
Yeah. We're just two good, honest, upstanding American citizens, everybody.
Oh, no, bro. I'm trash. Let's get it straight. I am not claiming to have it all together. Okay. I am trash.
No, I didn't say that. I just said we're just two good, upstanding American
nope,
citizens.
I'm trash. I'm not good. Here. I'm not upstanding.
If you're listening, federal government, we love the USA. All right. One bonus one. This is a bonus. Super quick. What do you think about this and the implications that it's going to have on America? So China is doing something very interesting with their social media regulations. People who are under a certain age, who are on certain social media apps, I think it's TikTok, and there's another one. Ooh, yeah. So they're going to limit TikTok to kids under 14. They can only be on TikTok for 40 minutes a day. Then they're shut out. They can't access it between, what time is that? What's 6 o'clock 24-hour time? You take away 6 hours, you take away, so that's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, right? Yeah. In between 6 o'clock and I think it's like 10 a.m. or something like that. Also, they stopped the endless scroll situation. So you can't just continue to scroll on different videos. I think it's a 5-second pause in between each one. I say that to say this, that they don't just do that for teenagers. They have different social media apps that like integrate into people's lives, pretty much a social media score. That's how they regulate their social media situation over in China. I think we're moving towards that over here in America with the whole
with Meta
vaccine passport and all that. I mean, I still don't understand the Meta thing. I'm just talking about regulations, how they're going to start regulating social media and integrating it into people's lives, because they started to try and do it at the beginning of during COVID situation. They tried to figure out a way how to get social media platforms to get people to put in this information in order to know that, you've contracted COVID, you've been around someone who's contracted COVID, blah, 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 because your phone pinged their phone and blah, 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 and you've been in a certain location, and also the vaccine passport, stuff like that. Do you think we're headed that direction where the government is going to start, especially how they've had like Mark Zuckerberg up there in Congress and all these people? Do you think that America is going to start regulating social media like that? Like,
I don't think so. I feel like China has always been about productivity. Like productivity is king for them. So all of their regulations make sense for the way they need their citizens to be productive. Like we know China has the smartest folks in the world. Yeah, I mean, like the most disciplined, the most focused folks. And that's for a reason. Their regulations and their restrictions aid and abet that. They had COVID for all of a few months and it was over with.
Yeah, because they told
because of
them
the
to stay home, and
regulations.
they said take this shot.
Because of their regulations.
But what I do think is cool though is like they're gearing social media stuff. Like even though I don't like how they're regulating it and people can't see what they want to see, they're making sure that there's educational content being pushed towards the teens. Science experiments, museum exhibitions, and historical explorers, explainers, or whatever. And it's called their youth mode, right? So youth can't just come. I mean, obviously they can fake their age, but
honestly, I would be fine with that for Ava.
I think that's dope.
Because
I think that is dope.
The stuff that they are, man,
bro,
the things they putting on YouTube for the children,
it's crazy.
It's real weird.
It's crazy.
There was a whole thing. I think we covered it. Of this weird clown-like, jigsaw-like character telling these kids to kill themselves on random children videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so for that alone, like I would be fine with having restrictions like that for the youth, especially for the youth, bro. Like the way social media affects adults is crazy. So if we can cut down on that for the youth, I would be all for it, honestly.
But the problem is it's tough because it's a slippery slope. They start with the teenagers, the 13 and 14-year-olds. They have tech crackdowns on under 18s as well. I think they said last month they were banned from playing video games during the week, and they're limited to a certain amount of time on the weekends and holidays. Certain Chinese children are banned from taking mobile phones in the school. So it's not just we regulate and we stop here. It's a we regulate and we continue to escalate because we see the need to.
Well, is that
into everybody?
How do the Chinese citizens feel? Do they feel like this is much of the same for them? Like,
no,
because I can imagine if you're growing up in that type of regime, this will just be another day at the park for you.
Yeah, that's true.
For us, it's crazy, the land of the free. You know what I'm saying? But for them, it's probably just like whatever, bro. Like
whatever,
okay.
It is what it is. So you don't think it'll ever happen?
Not here. No.
Okay, fair enough.
No way.
What's the craziest thing that you think will happen with how social media is going in the metaverse? And I mean, bro, but you think about
Black Mirror.
Well, yeah. Think about this though. The federal government is starting to arrest people at like school board meetings and stuff like that over, what they're saying and what they're doing, and threaten school boards and all this stuff. And, policing parents pretty much for threatening and speaking out towards schools, mask mandates and vaccine, not mandates, but, strong urgings and things like that. You don't think they're going to hop into the social media world, especially with all the hate groups that have been happening and all the times they've made Mark Zuckerberg go up to Congress and all that stuff? You don't think they're going to start cracking down on stuff?
But look at what happened in America. They made Mark Zuckerberg go up to Congress, and what he did was create a whole virtual reality.
Yeah, that's true.
What are you talking about?
But I mean, Facebook still got all the hate groups.
Exactly. You're not changing things about social media here. Social media will be as big as Mark Zuckerberg wants it to be.
Okay. That's a fact.
In 10 years, the majority of us are going to have whatever this VR thing is. We're all going to be in it. It's going to be Ready Player One.
I mean, yes.
I might be pushing it. I might be pushing it with 10 years.
People will be part of it, but I don't think real life will ever go away. Like they're expecting people to live in the metaverse. Of
Brother.
course, there are some people who live online. Yes, there are some people who
Brother.
live online.
We all live on. Look at where we are right now. We are online.
We're creating content for being online. But what were we talking about at the very beginning? We love being in person. So the thing is, whenever quarantine happened, whenever COVID happened, people were literally going crazy because we had to do what? We had to stay home. We had to do Zoom. We had to do this and do that.
Do you know that we're not the young generation anymore?
I'm young. I don't know what you are. I'm young.
Look, what did you say earlier in this episode? Can't argue fact, baby. Okay? Can't argue the facts.
34 is young. It's young.
In your world,
to someone who's 64, I'm young.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But what I'm going to say is that the kids don't care about that. Now, I think there will always be an urge for human beings to
human
be around
interaction.
More human beings.
Yeah,
I think that will always be an urge. Like there's an urge for the addict to stop.
No, I think it's different.
I think those lines will be blurred in the not so far future.
Bro, there's a love that people have with same way you said stuff probably not gonna change in this country as far as social media. People love their freedom, dog. They love being outside.
But look at China.
I mean, yeah, look at China. But China's always been like that, you said.
And for sure.
China was never a democracy. See, the thing is,
but they started somewhere.
They always started as it was always what is it?
North Korea and South Korea wasn't always North and South.
Oh, Lord. This man brought South Korea into it.
Fam, listen to what I'm saying. There's a genesis for these things. In the beginning, it's not going to be easy to pull off. But in 100 years, there might be a different tune sung.
So you think in 100 years, kids are going to live in the metaverse and they're not going to care about being outside and all that stuff?
In 100 years, definitely.
How soon do you think the metaverse is going to be a real thing?
Next year.
Next year? That's hilarious. This man says something next year.
Bro, the way they be putting stuff together, man. Everybody already got VR headsets. It's just a social media in the headset.
Yeah, that's true. Facebook does.
It's just a different program. They gonna do it. That's easy. Now,
all right, you heard it here.
Now,
metaverse is gonna jump off next year.
I said 10 years earlier, and I said I was pushing it. I think I was. I don't know if it's gonna be the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. We may not see. Oh, I won't even say that. I think we might see that. I think we might, like in our old age, we might see
the metaverse situation. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some crazy technology.
Just living on the internet. I remember a time
there's gonna be some crazy
when I was excited to have my boy Rick over for a cup of Welch's. That's what we're gonna be saying.
Said a cup of Welch's.
That's what we're gonna be saying.
I hear you. Okay. In your
That's
opinion.
about the future, but today, it's been a pleasure getting back in with y'all.
Most definitely.
We're gonna cut this thing at an hour 45.
Yeah,
bruh, it's good to see your face. It's been a while,
bro.
So many things have changed since we've last done this podcast.
Hey,
and one day we'll speak on it all. But today, I am Desi.
And I'm Rick.
And this was Agreed.
Agreed, yeah.
See y'all next week. Family.
Yeah.
Let's go.